When I tell you Nova gets our baby boy Blue. So I'm not doing this in order this week. I'm not doing this in order. I'm doing this based on impact and what I felt. Let's talk about On Vi. On Vi, this entire episode felt like she couldn't shake the emotional feelings that she still had for her ex. As far as the abuse is concerned, Hollywood of course said how he loves her and supports her and will protect her, but she said, yeah, but you can't protect me on the inside. You can't just remove the feelings I feel, which is true. Sucks, but it's true. Aside from that, we do have Ralph Angel. He went on a date. Ralph Angel went on a date and she's really cool. She's really cool. They went on a picnic. It was nice. Unfortunately, it didn't last too long. It didn't last too long because he got a call from school. At school, Blue's friend, apparently Blue got some award in school, and it was all good until he mentioned about his dad. He wants to show it to his dad or whatnot, and his friend was like, your dad? You have a dad? And Blue's like, yeah, it's my pop. But my mom and my aunt said that you don't have a dad, or that he's not your real dad. Something like that. And again, in a very innocent way. But that's why it's important that kids hear everything. They see everything. You need to be very careful and very mindful, because that's what happened. Blue, poor Blue, he got picked up from school by Darla and he was a wreck. He went into that room, he did not open that door, even when Ralph Angel came, but Ralph Angel gave him his space. And Ralph Angel was talking to Darla, and Darla was just so pissed and so mad. And I was just happy that she didn't relapse, at least not at this point, because we don't know if she will or not, but I hope she doesn't. Oh gosh, Nova! Anyway, because the beginning of the episode, Darla couldn't even get out of bed, and Blue got himself ready, and Ralph Angel took him to school. Like, that's how much of an emotional wreck she is. And I think even her boyfriend is trying to call her to reach out, and she just can't do it right now. I know she has a job, so maybe it was her work. I don't know, but either way, it's just Nova. But let's talk about Charlie. Charlie's dealing with a lot. I don't know where I want to start with this. Let's start with Davis. Davis reaches out to her because the scandal broke, and because now he wants to become a coach, and of course it's at a university, so their standards are going to be different. They're going to be more scrutinized more than when he was in the league. He, being privileged, did not understand that, so then he put it on Charlie in the sense where it's like, look, we need to protect Micah. Protecting me protects him, because this could go really left if this isn't handled properly. I need your help, Charlie. And guess who goes and helps him out like always? Charlie. So they're gonna have a lunch meeting. So she can't go in the meeting with her boyfriend, but her boyfriend respects the fact that she puts her child first, and she seems like a really good woman. Like, he wants real good homebody characteristics in his companion. And I said, oh Lord, if Charlie loses this man because he finds out some mess about her, or something happens to him because of the dang injuries, I'm fighting. Charlie deserves it. She deserves some happiness. So she gets to go to this meeting with Davis, and she tells him the truth. She tells him that you're privileged, you've always been privileged, and I've always fixed your mess, someone else has always fixed your mess, but this is the one time that you can actually go and get ahead of this by making sure that you go and tell the truth. Tell the fact that, yeah, you screwed around with her, you didn't mean for what happened to her afterwards happened, you weren't involved with that at all, but, well, that's not exactly true. As far as the actual physical assault, no. Cover up, but you need to be accountable, and maybe it'll actually blow over. And he didn't want to hear that, but he said, you know what, I know, especially when it comes to you and things I don't want to hear, it means that it's the truth and it'll work. And at one point he tried to kiss her, and she said, oh no, we're friends. Actually, no, we're not. we're on the way to being halfway decent with each other. So I need for you and that was funny. So I need for, like I told you, I'm at work. So I need for you to go and figure that out on your own. I'll be here to show support in relation to Micah, and we'll keep it moving. And I said, Davis, just like a. Anyway, let's jump on to still with Charlie. Charlie has that place at the mill in the back where she's running the hospital, and it is a legit one. And guess what? As things are going well, she even sees Ignacio, who's one of the employers at the farm, and he's just saying how much he appreciates it. He brought his whole family there. Like, he wouldn't be able to get help because he's undocumented. And someone called ICE. Someone called one of the scariest organizations in America, ICE, on them. And Charlie was pissed, but she knew she had to be calm. And they were even asking her boyfriend for his papers. And she was like, he works at you can check his credentials. And he said, no, it's just better we just do this like this. Thankfully, it appeared like most of the people there had their papers. But Ignacio did not. And so I think they even took like his older son, but the younger kids were born here, so they were allowed to stay. It was just, and I could tell that broke Charlie's heart. She was like, I was finally trying to do something to make amends, and then this happens. And I told you guys last week, I had a feeling that this was gonna happen. I told you last week, I had a feeling that this was gonna happen, and it did. And so she goes and talks to the officer, the sheriff, and he essentially was trying to tell her that, oh, it's not the Landrys, because she thought that's who it was, which it still could be. I don't trust him. He's saying that because of what you're trying to do, by making waves, by stopping the highway, but no, the jail, you made a lot more enemies that are worse than that. I said, uh-oh. So then Charlie eventually speaks towards the end of the episode, Charlie has to talk to Micah. Micah got a tattoo because Micah actually went down and he visited his friend who's in jail because of the whole arson situation. And his friend isn't doing well. He's just trying to lay low. And did anyone else notice the guy who was behind him? I almost felt like, uh-oh, has that guy been trying to mess with him while they were in juvie? I think he's technically in juvie. Either way, woo. His friend got a tattoo, and so Micah wanted to show support, got himself a tattoo, but it was done by his other friends, and he was drinking to numb the pain. I said, Micah, you're 17 years old. If you're already doing that right now, things are gonna go downhill quickly. And Charlie realized that, oh, he's drunk. She smelled it. It was obvious. Like, what? Because she thought something was wrong with him. His arm was bandaged. And he said he got a tattoo, and he drank to numb the pain. And so then she said, okay, since you don't want to listen to me anymore, I'm not gonna try. Do what you need to do. Charlie's doing with too much right now, and she is so strong, and she did not break. She never breaks, but it's still not fair. That's why I'm like, no, Charlie does what needs to be done. If it wasn't for Charlie, all of these, anyway. Calm down, you're at work. Do we really want to talk about Nova? Do we? Because who else? Remy came back. Remy came back to say that he was leaving. I said, oh, good riddance. Remy came back, he talked to Aunt Vi for a moment. He talked to Hollywood and told Hollywood there's nothing else for him here now. There's nothing else for him here, and he just needs to go. He needs to find himself. He thought that he fell in love with Charlie, didn't work out. He started to have feelings for Nova, and even Hollywood said, you and Nova actually are pretty equally yoked. And he said, yeah, but that ended, so I'm not trying to go and dibble and dabble. I need to go and find someone for me and find a place that's now for me. His ex-wife is dead. He just needs a fresh start. I said, fine, fair enough. Bye-bye. I did not miss you. Go away. There are newer people to worry about. Anyway, since it seems like Davis is gonna have a bigger part in the show again, Nova. So Nova, things are going really well with the book, and during, I guess, a book reading slash signing slash interview conference, she gets challenged, and she does not like it. And she gets challenged by a very familiar face. If you watched a Different World, Freddie, the actress, what's her name, Cece? But Freddie from A Different World, the actress who plays her, apparently she is the ex-lover of Nova. But there she was interrogating Nova and trying to minimize the book and say how Nova really didn't put too much thought into it, and it wasn't as thought-provoking, and it wasn't as imaginative, just tearing every piece about it and trying to say how Nova is trying to make it seem like what she did was magic and special and great, but in reality it was borderline mediocre, and it's just getting, and I said, okay, even though I'm loving this, kind of sound like a hater. And she even talked about how, this isn't a representation of, Black American families and lives. And Nova said, stop right there. I am a part of a Black American family. So what you're not gonna do is try to make it seem like that's not the case just because we own a farm or work on a farm or do all this stuff. And so then when Nova did her rebuttal, I said, even though she's right, I don't want to hear this right now. So we're just gonna call her Freddie. Freddie challenged Nova, and Nova went to Freddie's place, and Nova was upset, and Nova stayed. Nova got challenged by some more people, and there was this girl who looked like a younger Nova, essentially, who was trying to challenge Nova, and it didn't work too well. And that's when we find out that Freddie and Nova had a thing. It sounds like Freddie's upset because Nova only wrote like a paragraph or a blurb about her in the book. I was like, how dare you? I said, really? We're doing all this because you're mad? That's why we're doing all this? But yeah, no one's still talking to Nova, which I'm perfectly fine with, except for Micah, but he was dealing with his own stuff. I feel like I got through everything. Maybe I just didn't go into detail, but I feel like I got through everything that I wanted to get through. Oh, they talked to Blue. They talked to Blue in the end, and they explained to him, because of course he doesn't understand what biological means, but they let him know that, hey, the way how mommies and daddies normally come together to produce a baby, that didn't happen. So I'm your father, I love you, I am a part of you. And Blue's like, yeah, but how can you be a part of me? Wait, that's why we don't look the same? And I said, wow, even Blue, a kid, thought about that, because he's very smart too. So he thought about, why is it that I don't favor my father? Think about it, what is he, like 8, 9 years old? Wow. So I do get it. I get why it's important to go and have this conversation. That's not the issue. The issue is Nova she took the choice away from people. Just like how they came together, Darla said she's the biological mother, but even if she wasn't, she would choose Blue. Just like how Ralph Angel said he would choose Blue every time. That's what makes it even more special. Ambai said she doesn't know about Nova. She doesn't know if she can forgive her ever again, because Nova betrayed her trust after all the stuff that Nova did for her and brought back these memories. And speaking of Nova, at the beginning of the episode, Nova did have this dream or nightmare, and her mom was calling to her. I guess we're eventually going to find out what happened to Nova when she was younger, or what did she see at least, because there's more to that story. And Charlie does talk to the woman who's originally going to run for governor, and the woman explains that, hey, even if the highways moved 5 miles, it'll save most of the farms, including Charlie's farm. And so it looks like Charlie's going to run for governor. She only has 2 days, but she's the only other real viable candidate, especially someone who's going to be willing to do it and not back down. So that's going to cause a whole bunch of other issues. I don't really trust the woman that Charlie's been confiding in and trying to get information from, who was supposed to be running against, but then she decided to, keel over. So we'll see. Please like, comment, subscribe. Remember, check out my other channel, Romie Whispers AMR, Whispers ASMR. New video up tomorrow. A bunch of videos up now. See ya.